All right, guys, so we got to talk about the continuation of the FBI raiding Trump's home at Mar-a-Lago story because, yeah, this is the biggest story that I've covered, honestly, probably since I've been doing this job, okay? And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, does it keep taking unexpected twists and turns, okay? Things are ratcheting up as the Democrats seem hell-bent on trying to throw Trump in jail, prison, or at the very least, keep him from running for office. And I think that what is going on here is a part of a plot that has now moved to plan B of how do we stop Trump from running for office. And I'm going to talk more about that. But let's first start with the mainstream media's reaction to people coming out and criticizing the obviously politicized FBI and DOJ for conducting this unprecedented raid on a former president's home. As now all of a sudden, you can't criticize the FBI, says the people that literally spent a whole year criticizing the institution of law enforcement across this country. Take a look.
The FBI is a conservative-leaning law enforcement organization, and we've sort of lost the thread on that in the past 6 years.
These attacks against the FBI, these attacks against the most important federal law enforcement agency in America.
Less than 24 hours after a peaceful search that they gave them a heads up on.
Peaceful search.
It's all legal. It's all lawful. It's not a raid. They didn't, they're not there improperly or unlawfully.
The Justice Department is returning to its historical position as a law enforcement agency above politics, trying to do the right thing.
I don't think there was any politics involved.
This appears to be a nonpartisan process.
Because anybody on this set had done the same thing, the exact same result would have occurred.
A judge would not sign off on that if there were not evidence.
Sources tell me that, there's a reason they wouldn't go in there if it wasn't really significant, if they weren't really concerned about the nature of the classified information that Trump had, what he might be doing with it, who he might be showing it to. These are real national security concerns.
And the fact that a federal judge approved it shows that, hey, they've got something there. We just don't know what it is.
The former president and his allies are escalating their attacks on the FBI, claiming without any evidence that the investigation is politically motivated.
These attacks on the FBI are just very sort of out there and outlandish.
Every person out there attacking this is essentially attacking non-politicized and independent law enforcement.
Yeah, non-politicized and independent, they say, right? Non-politicized and independent. If they were non-politicized and independent, the Roe v. Wade protesters would have been arrested. Conservative parents at school board meetings would not have been targeted, okay? Yeah, not politicized, right? Not a raid. There's no inflation, okay? It's not a recession. Right? Yeah, we all know how this goes. But even Merrick Garland, okay, the Attorney General, right, of the Department of Justice, he's upset with the criticism of the DOJ and law enforcement, federal law enforcement in this country, so much so that he had to come out and to set the record straight after initially refusing to comment on the situation. Take a look.
Federal law, long-standing department rules, and our ethical obligations prevent me from providing further details as to the basis of the search at this time. There are, however, certain points I want you to know. First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly. Where possible, it is standard practice to seek less intrusive means as an alternative to a search and to narrowly scope any search that is undertaken. Third, let me address recent unfounded attacks on the professionalism of the FBI and Justice Department agents and prosecutors. I will not stand by silently when their integrity is unfairly attacked. The men and women of the FBI and the Justice Department are dedicated, patriotic public servants.
Right. This guy's so pissed that people are attacking the integrity of federal law enforcement. Okay. Again, the same guy who refuses to enforce the law is upset that people are saying, look, why are you not enforcing the law against people that are your political allies or the allies of the Democrat Party, but you're trying to heavily enforce the law against people who are opponents of the Democrat Party, right? Again, this guy kills me, okay? And this whole situation shows exactly why Mitch McConnell, right, definitely deserves credit for keeping this guy from becoming a Supreme Court justice, okay? At the time, it definitely seemed like, hey, you know, this is kind of unprecedented for him to block a nomination for this long, but whew, thank God he did, okay? Because if this guy was sitting on the Supreme Court, hey, I got a feeling there would be a lot different things going on in this country right now. So with that being said, Merrick Garland, he admitted to personally signing off on this, which means that this wasn't a rogue, action. Okay, this wasn't some, bureaucratic thing where you had some small group decided to go out on their own and go after Trump. No. This was done from the top. Okay, which means that there's no doubt in my mind that Biden knew about it. If Merrick Garland personally signed off on it, his boss, Joe Biden, definitely knew about it and probably had veto power. He said, go ahead, right? I'm going to look the other way and pretend like we knew nothing about it, okay? Because they think that their followers are dumb, right? They think that their supporters are dumb. That's exactly what happened here, okay? So that being said, what exactly were they looking for? Well, that question seems to be getting answered, or at the very least, there's some theories being put out there for the mainstream liberal media in an effort to, in my opinion, smear Trump even more to justify what is unjustifiable as it seems right now, which they're saying that Trump had nuclear documents, what those nuclear documents entailed, right? What information they entailed, whether they entailed the nuclear codes or what, we don't know. It's all speculation. But they say that he had nuclear documents at his house in Mar-a-Lago, right? And that is the reason why the FBI decided to raid the house, okay, is because he had classified nuclear information, okay? Kind of, to me, conveniently fits along with the conspiracy that the mainstream liberal media is trying to put out there that Trump is, trying to sell our nuclear secrets to some foreign adversary like Russia, right? Kind of goes right along with the whole Russiagate thing, okay? Kind of mighty suspicious, okay? I think this is bunk, okay? I think it's BS. I don't believe this for 1 second, because if I think that Trump actually had classified information related to nuclear secrets, right? Like actual legitimate nuclear secrets, he would be arrested, right? They would just arrest him at that point, okay? And they would be releasing the warrant. They would show it to the public, which they are refusing to do right now. And let me tell you guys, this whole warrant thing is very confusing to me. Honestly, I have no clue what is going on with that, because allegedly Eric Trump told the Daily Mail that the FBI did not let him see a copy of the warrant, right? The Trumps are saying that they don't have a copy and they're demanding that it be released. They're demanding that it be released to the public. I really don't know here, right? I don't know if they actually have a copy and they're, capping, saying, oh, we can't release it. Tell them to do it. They have to release it. I guess, law enforcement is telling the media that they do have a copy of it. Honestly, don't know, right? But let's read about this, because Trump has come out here and said that this is a hoax, right? The claim that, he took nuclear documents is a hoax. So let's read here. Former President Donald Trump said Friday that a report claiming FBI agents were looking for documents concerning nuclear weapons at his Mar-a-Lago resort this week was a, quote, hoax, as a separate report said the Bureau had found dozens of classified papers during Monday's raid. Quote, nuclear weapons issue is a hoax, just like Russia was a hoax. 2 impeachments were a hoax. The Mueller investigation was a hoax, and much more. Trump posted to Truth Social Friday morning. I mean, those are facts. Those are all hoaxes. So who am I to think that this is not a hoax as well? Again, I don't know. Who knows? I'm just saying the track record of these people, okay, is not very good, okay? Quote, same sleazy people involved. Why wouldn't the FBI allow the inspection of areas at Mar-a-Lago with our lawyers or others present, made them wait outside in the heat, wouldn't let them get even close? Said, quote, absolutely not. Trump went on before again suggesting that federal agents might have planting information during the search. Again, who knows? Planting information, anyone? Reminds me of Christopher Steele dossier. The former president said, facts. Guys, ain't it crazy how this is happening to Trump? and we're having this conversation about Trump taking classified documents, okay, improperly storing them. However, we should have been having this conversation about Hillary, right? The FBI raiding her house, okay, for her improperly storing classified information on a private server, right? Again, you know, it's amazing how Democrats in the establishment get the benefit of the doubt, right? They get special treatment. None of this ever happens to them, okay? It happens to their lackeys, like, you know, Michael Avenatti, people like him, but it doesn't happen to the big guys like Hillary. Late Thursday, the Washington Post posted that the FBI have been searching for classified documents related to nuclear weapons. The report did not provide further details, including whether any such documents were uncovered or whether they pertain to U.S. weapons or those of another country. Meanwhile, News Nation reported Friday morning that agents found dozens of classified documents that were being kept in 2 areas of the 45th president's residence, Trump's personal office, as well as a separate storage room. The report emerged as Trump's attorneys faced a 3 p.m. deadline to decide whether to oppose a Justice Department's motion to unseal both the warrant that triggered Monday's raid as well as a list of property that was taken. The former president indicated that he had no issue with the documents being made public, saying in a Truth Social post at around midnight Friday, quote, "Not only will I not oppose the release of documents related to the un-American, unwarranted, and unnecessary raid and break-in of my home in Palm Beach, Florida, Mar-a-Lago, I am going a step further by encouraging the immediate release of those documents, even though they have been drawn up by radical left Democrats and possible future political opponents who have a strong and powerful vested interest in attacking me, much as they have done for the last 6 years." Yeah, so Trump saying, look, release the documents. Release them, right? Let's see what's on the paper, okay? Early reports had indicated that Trump's legal team would not release the documents of their own volition, though they could have done so. Again, there are, conflicting reports on that. Honestly, I don't know what to believe, okay? I don't know whether they actually got a copy of it. I don't know if they actually do have a copy of it. They just don't want to release it. Who knows? But if Trump is telling them to release it, then, you know, hey, I mean, if they have it, they might as well release it, right? I mean, at this point, I mean, I'm just saying. A representative of Trump's legal team did not immediately respond to the Post request for comment. The DOJ filed the motion to unseal the documents as Attorney General Merrick Garland confirmed the reports Thursday that he had personally approved the search warrant request. Quote, "The department does not take such a decision lightly," the AG said. "Where possible, it is standard practice to seek less intrusive means as an alternative search and to narrowly scope any search that is undertaken." While the unsealed warrant and property list will provide details of what agents removed from the Mar-a-Lago, as well as indications of what, if any, potential charges the former president may face, a separate affidavit laying out the evidentiary basis for the search warrant being granted would remain under seal. Yeah, aka the important stuff, right? You're not going to see that. They'll never make that public. But here's what I think, guys. What I think is that this is plan B, right? Plan A, which was the January 6th hearing, right, and trying to charge Trump with conspiracy, okay, conspiracy to overthrow the government, right, that failed. The American people didn't watch it. It didn't move anybody. It didn't move the needle. The Department of Justice is probably not going to bring charges when it comes to that. However, I could be wrong. They could throw the whole book at him. They can do that as well, too, right? I think what this is that this is plan B, okay? The American people weren't falling for the January 6th stuff. So now plan B is to say, you know what? Trump had nuclear information at Mar-a-Lago. And this is how we're going to get him and prevent him from running for office, right? Or try to throw him in jail. I think that's what this is, okay? It's just plan B. And the reason why I say that is because Trump had been cooperating with the DOJ and FBI on their investigation the whole time. And all of a sudden, the FBI decides to do a raid, right? After Trump had been cooperating. So again, what Merrick Garland is talking about here in terms of seeking less intrusive alternative methods, isn't that what y'all were doing before, right? And Trump was cooperating with you, okay? Why jump to this scale of intrusiveness now? Well, the reason why is because, again, the first plan didn't work. Now, this is the second plan, and it's all about making a show out of it. It's all about public opinion. That's what it is. What better way to sway the public into thinking that Trump is a criminal, he's legitimately a criminal, than having the FBI raid his house for allegedly having nuclear documents. Okay? I'm just saying, I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if, again, this is just a part of the plan. I have no problems going full conspiracy theories here until they provide evidence to the otherwise. Because these guys, like Trump pointed out, have a terrible track record when it comes to this stuff. So again, therefore, extraordinary claims, right, and the extraordinary evidence to back it up. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.